Welcome, it's Michael Murray with Benzinga, joined here this morning by Brandon Skurka, the president of Bitbuy. Brandon, great to have you with us. How are you?
Hey there, Michael. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to chat with you, Brandon. For a quick introduction to our audience that may not have heard of you or the brand before, can you give us a quick overview of your company at Bitbuy and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So Bitbuy is a Canadian cryptocurrency exchange that was founded in 2016. Bitbuy offers cryptocurrency trading along with staking, and it was one of Canada's first regulated cryptocurrency exchanges. In 2022, Bitbuy was acquired by WonderFi, which is a publicly traded company on the Toronto Stock Exchange. WonderFi is a holding company. It focuses on the regulated cryptocurrency sector. Several different regulated Canadian cryptocurrency businesses in its portfolio. And Bitbuy was WonderFi's first acquisition in the Canadian cryptocurrency space. And they've since acquired a couple of other Canadian exchanges and Canadian crypto businesses, like Coinberry, CoinSmart, CoinSquare, Bitvo, and more.
Outstanding. Now, Brandon, why is it so important to be a regulated entity in the crypto market?
Sure, yeah. Lots of different reasons. Regulation is very important for both the everyday consumer and for the businesses themselves. First and foremost, regulation helps protect consumers by ensuring that the right rules are in place for the businesses to operate within. If a consumer is using a regulated exchange, it really gives that level of added trust and added confidence that wasn't necessarily always there in the early days of the crypto market when it had more of like a Wild West type reputation back in the day. For businesses like Bitbuy, regulation allows us to operate within a well-defined set of guidelines and rules. Bitbuy knows the rules and we operate within them. So there's like a clear North Star, so to speak. Here in Canada, we have been very fortunate that Canada itself has been ahead of the game when it comes to cryptocurrency regulation. So, I think relative to some of the other markets out there, in Canada, the rules have been pretty clear for a while and they're only getting clearer.
Terrific. Brandon, what can we expect from the upcoming Bitcoin halving in April of this year in 2024? Is history going to be repeated here?
It's tough to say. Past performance it's not always a guarantee of future results. So I can't really say if history will repeat itself or not. One thing about the halvings, though, it does bring a lot of media attention that helps drive up the interest in Bitcoin. So, I'm sure it's coming up pretty soon, I think in April. So I'm sure we'll start to see a little bit more, I'm sure we'll start to hear more about it in the news and in the media shortly. Regardless of the price action, I guess you could say the having the extra eyes on Bitcoin because of the halving will be a good thing. I definitely think there'll be a lot of attention on the halving coming up pretty soon.
Outstanding. Now, what effect, Brandon, has the increase in trading volumes over the last 3 months had on the market? Was that mainly due, in your opinion, too, to the Bitcoin ETF approvals and the institutional adoption that we've been seeing?
That was definitely a big part of it. And I think, the increased trading volumes have brought back a lot of confidence into the markets. Speaking to the crypto market specifically, there was a pretty bearish sentiment overall in 2023. Crypto winter, as it gets called sometimes in the crypto industry. So seeing that sustained increased volume really brought back some excitement, some confidence to the markets, which was great. Welcome for us for sure. There were multiple narratives playing out to start the year. Within the past couple of months. Obviously, the Bitcoin ETF was the biggest one. That kind of dominated the news cycles. There was a big, lot of excitement leading up to that. There was also some other macro factors like inflation coming down, many signs showing that the economy has been improving. Other things like more crypto specific, like the Solana ecosystem rallying, that had a big impact. And I think kind of, all those things together have really added confidence to the crypto space and the markets.
Understood. Now, Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about crypto staking? Why has it become more popular, especially in recent times?
Yeah, so staking is great because it allows clients to earn yield on, their crypto holdings that they might just otherwise have sitting in their Bitbuy accounts or their wallets. So, Bitbuy offers staking on up to 8 different coins, and you can earn up to 12% APY on coins that essentially you would be holding otherwise, but just kind of sitting there. So it allows you to earn some extra income on that. On top of that, you are having the added benefit of securing the network. So you're doing something for the actual underlying network that these coins are on, the protocols themselves, while earning yield. So it's kind of like a win-win. You're helping bolster the network and you're earning a reward while doing so. There's also another kind of side to that is there's also an environmental aspect to it. So proof of stake networks typically require less energy than proof of work networks, like Bitcoin, for example. So if that's your thing, there's another side to that as well.
Terrific. Brandon, a final question for you. Here in 2024, what is going to be the big stories or the largest stories in the industry for crypto as a whole?
It's a good question. I think we got a long year ahead of us, a lot of exciting things coming down the pipeline. One thing I think that is kind of overlooked is the Ethereum ETFs. So the Bitcoin ETFs were, a huge story. Those finally got approved after, really long up and down journey. So Ethereum ETFs, kind of coming up sometime, hopefully this year, I think is something that is exciting, something that's, might have another big impact and, something exciting to look forward to. I think kind of keeping track of the Bitcoin ETF volume will be interesting, seeing if we can sustain strong volume on the Bitcoin ETFs and what that looks like throughout the year will be interesting. And, it's an election year in the States that, that can always bring up a lot of global uncertainty. Some people view crypto as a store of value, similar to gold, Bitcoin, for example. So, just with the global uncertainty election year, I think it's, keeping an eye on Bitcoin and how it reacts to that will definitely be, something to do.
Wonderful. Brandon, great insights here. Thank you very much for explaining not just what Bitbuy is doing in this space, but some larger perspectives on what the industry as a whole is going to do in 2024. Brandon Skurka, president of Bitbuy, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.